Hello friends, I welcome you to my YouTube channel Make PM. So in today's video we will start our subject operation research. So in this subject we will solve various type of problems like linear programming, in which we will solve a graphical method and simplex method, and we will solve viewing problem, we will solve part CPM and related problem. So first of all, let's understand what is operation research. So as you can see, operation and research, this is made with two words, operation plus research. So why operation? Operation is related to the war operations, because this subject was evolved during the Second World War. So at that time, various operations in the war was carried out, and in that war, operation was used for war operations, and research were done for inventing new method of doing war. So operation research was basically invented for inventing new effective method for war operations. This was developed during Second World War, and what was the purpose of this operation research subject? It was to win the wars with limited resources, because as you know, during Second World War there were many countries fighting each other, and there was resource crunch. Resources were very less, so countries wanted to use minimum resource to get the maximum results. So they wanted to optimize their resources, and they came with the subject operation research. It was mainly started in England with a team of scientists who were trying to optimize the military resources. In today's context, how the operation research is used? In today's context, it is mainly used in industry to maximize profit or minimize the cost. So as we know that companies have limited resources, so using those resources, you have to maximize the profit, or you have to do the cost cutting. So in operation resource, mainly we have to best utilize our available resources. So we do this in three steps. First step is we have to set goals. Set goals. Suppose your goal is that you have to earn this much of profit in this year. So this is your goal, like you have to maximize your profit. What are the alternatives? Suppose you are having two products, A and B, then you have alternative to produce only product A. Suppose you are producing 100 quantities of the product A, or you are producing 50 quantities of product B. You have option to produce product A or product B or both. So you have to see what alternatives you have, so that you can produce this in combination and you can earn the maximum profit. And the third thing is that you have to see the restrictions. What restrictions you have? Suppose you have restriction that you have only two machines, so you can produce either A or B. And suppose you have only 20 employees, so these things are restrictions. You don't have unlimited people to work for you and unlimited machines to work for you. So you have these restrictions. Always there will be some restrictions. So you have to see these three things. And what you have to do next? You have to set a relationship, or define a relationship between these things, and then you have to find the optimal solution. And after finding the optimal solution, you have to apply those solutions in the problem, so that you can do your maximization of profit or cost cutting. Now next thing is, what are the objectives of operation research? The objective is to do decision making, so that suppose you can make the product. We have taken product A and product B. You have option to make 100 quantity of A and 50 quantity of B. Then if you select a random people, then asks how much should I make produce product A and product B, then you cannot say blindly that this much should we produce product A and this much quantity of product B. You have to make the decision. And how will you be able to make the decision? You have to use your operation research methods to arrive on a good decision. So A decision can be made by anyone, but you have to make decision with very little uncertainty. Less uncertainty means your decision should not result in uh, your decision should not give results which are very uncertain. You should know, this should be outcome of our decisions, not 100% correct, but at least you should be near to that. And you have to minimize your risk. So this is a scientific way of decision making, so that if you are making decision to produce this amount of product A and product B, so this decision should result in less uncertainty for your company and minimize the risk of your company. And you have to this decision should result in best possible result for your company and your employee. Okay, so this is the objective of the operation research. Now, where this operation research is used in modern era, like you have seen that in World War II it was basically used in military purpose. So now we use it in defense. Like suppose a country has 10 number of 10 number of airplanes or fighter planes, then where should these planes be located? Like country can have many borders with different nations, so where to allocate those troops and those bombs and those planes, this should be calculated by operation and research method. And second one is industry. In industry it is used for procurement, for orders, making orders, and production. Suppose you have only 100 rupee and you have to buy 10 raw materials, 10 things, then you can allocate the amount of for each product, that what amount of this product you want to buy for your industry. So here also operation research is used. It is also used in planning of the government or budgeting. As we know that government has a lot of resources, but at that level it is also limited. So government had to reduce their fiscal deficit by planning uh, resources to various schemes and various plans. So in this thing also operation research is used. This is also used in agriculture. Suppose a farmer has a limited amount of land and he has to produce 10 crops. So what amount of land he should sow some crop A, crop B. There are different type of crops. So what amount of land should he utilize for different type of crops? That can be calculated by operation research methods to maximize its profit. It is also used in traffic, like how many vehicles are available on the road and which road should be given how much traffic and at what time. This thing can be planned with the uh, operation research method. It is also used in hospitals for better utilization of beds. We have suppose we have different amount of patients, and which patient need hospital bed or ICU facility urgently. This can be planned with the operations research methods. In hospitals we use it. Then we can use it in marketing. Suppose you have 10 different TV channels and you have to give advertisements, and then at what time, at which channel, what traffic of viewers you are getting, and depending on that amount you can allocate different budget for marketing of your ads in different channels. Now these are the uses of the operation and research. There are many other uses, but this much I have given for example. Now after this video we will start our graphical method. Linear programming will start. Linear programming is a method to formulate and solve the operation research problems. In linear programming, we will solve a graphical method and simplex method. There are many methods, but these are the most used: simplex method and simple to understand. So we will start in next video with graphical method. So how to formulate a problem? First of all, there will be a problem given. Some problems are given in mathematical form, like you have to maximize z is equal to ax plus by, and a1x plus b2y is less than or equal to 0, a3x plus b3y is less than or equal to 5. This type of problems are given sometimes. This is z is called objective function, and these are called restrictions. But in some problems in real life, you will not get problems like that. You will have some statements, and you have to formulate these mathematical equations from that uh, uh, statements. So how to uh, formulate those problems we will do. First of all, we have to define our objective. Suppose there is a problem given that you have this much amount of machine, this much employees, and maximum you can utilize 10 hours of machine per day, or 20 workers per month, like this. If there are various restrictions and things are given in the problem, then you have to utilize first variable. What are the variables? First, define variables. Like here, x and y are variables, so we will find the variables. What are the variables? Then we will find the restrictions. Suppose it is given that you can use maximum, there are two machines a and b, and you can use only 10 hours, either machine or a or b. Machine a can be used only for 10 hours, machine b can be used for 10 hours. Then a is less than or equal to 10, b is less than or equal to 10. You have to find the restrictions, and then you have to define your objective. What is your objective? Your objective is to maximize the profit or minimize the cost or something like that. So you have to define your objective. Then you have to define the relationship between the objective, restrictions, and variables, and then you have to find the solutions. So in this way you have to formulate the problem and solve them. But there are some limitations also of the. First of all, we have to find. First of all, we will see what are the advantages of the linear programming. Linear programming is very simple to solve, and in this, relationship must be linear relationship between variables. Second one is, in graphical method, you have to use only two variables, like z is equal to a1x plus b2y. If there are three variables like c3 c3z or something like that, if there are more than two variables, then it is very difficult to solve with the graphical method. You can do it with simplex method, but if you are using the graphical method, then you have to deal in two variables. Okay. But what are the problems in the real life? In real life, you will see that there are no relationships in linear form. We have to write it like it is linear to solve easily, but in real life you will find that it is always not linear. And second limitation is, first one is non-linear, second one is that, what if you get non-integer solutions? Suppose you find that you need 2.5 men to work for your maximization your profit, but you cannot use 2.5 men, you can use 2 or 3. So your optimal solution, suppose is giving 2.5, then you can use either 2 or 3. You cannot use 2.5 men, so you will either use 2 or 3, which will not give you optimal solution. Third limitation is that in linear programming, you see that your objective is either to z is equal to, suppose, ax plus by, is your objective function, then your single objective is to maximize your profit or minimize your cost. But in real life, in a company, you may not get objective like this only. You may have many objectives like to make your employees happy, to give them facilities, and to make reputation of your company. There are many objectives, so it cannot be so simple in real life. Fourth is it does not consider uncertainty. There may be uncertainty and time constraint which are not considered in the problem. So these are the some limitations of the linear programming. So let's meet in the next video, so where we will start our graphical method. Thanks for watching this video.